I'm Natalie with Eminence Organic Skincare, and welcome back to In the Mix. Well, I'm going to tell you about my home care routine, actually. Some of us have all our little tricks, and I get asked all the time, so what do you do for this and what do you do for that, and do you have any like skin hacks that you can share with me? And I think I can speak for most of us out there. We all have our little rituals and we have little things that we really like to do, and sometimes we want to keep them close to our heart. We don't want to tell everybody our secrets. Well, today I'm going to tell you my secrets is pretty much what's going to happen. You imagine that you're in my bathroom and we're looking inside my cupboard and I've got all my little goodies in there, and I wanted this time, instead of sharing my like daily routine, I want to give you kind of my favorite things to do during the week. So my little upgrades, my little extra push for my skin, especially when the seasons are changing, which is happening right now. And funny enough, I just did my facial this weekend. So I'm gonna give you what I did at home this weekend. How long does my routine take weekly? Depends on how much time I have and if it's laundry day or not. So if it's laundry day, then I've got lots of time. You're kind of home waiting around doing your stuff. So I find it's the best time to do that. Or if I'm preparing a meal, I definitely find time to do my skincare routine without having just to feel like I have to do nothing. But sometimes I like to do nothing. And when I want to do nothing, I actually sit down and watch Netflix, like most of us, or I go down the YouTube rabbit hole because, well, YouTube, you can learn so many cool things, and I love to cook, so I like to learn some new cooking tips while I'm actually doing a facial mask. I like to do a stronger level exfoliation, so I really want to wipe and make my skin super clean. So think of it as a deep cleansing weekly. I have the Arctic Berry Illuminating System at home, and it's the retail version. It's got the 10% multi-acid in it. I like it because I can use it a little more frequently, and it really gets the job done. And I have a little bit of large pores, so it really gives me that refined finish. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's a two-step exfoliation. We first start with the beautiful enzyme exfoliant. It's like a pink color, which is nice, and has some granule in it, and it really gets a good polish beginning. And this is actually put on and left on the skin, and then immediately after there's a beautiful multi-acid, and this is just layered over the top. Now if you've never tried this before, I just want to also give you the heads up that you can feel a little bit of heat when you do this, but your skin's not going to turn pink. It's just how these two are coming together synergistically, so not to be caught off guard. This stays on my skin maybe about 5 minutes, and then I go to the sink and I rinse it off. My next step after that, if you know me, I love to add heat. So my personal hack is that I always take my lime stimulating mask, I place it on my skin, and I literally let that stay on my face for a half an hour. I let it get nice and colorful, my skin gets really, really nice and warm, and it plateaus, and then I allow that mask to do its job. The next step is that I actually take a little bit of warm water and I re-wet the mask on my skin, so I'm not taking it off yet, and then I'll grab like a cream mask. I'm kind of torn right now of which ones I like the most, but yet this weekend I actually used the strawberry rhubarb mask, and I like this one because it's really, really hydrating, super plumping, and it really restores my vitality back into my skin. So instead of taking off the lime stim, I wet it to soften up. Then I put that strawberry rhubarb mask right over the top of it, and I massage it in for about a minute, and then I let that stay on my face for usually a half an hour, depends how distracted I get on my Netflix, but it's all gonna stay very hydrated. That one doesn't tend to dry. Then I remove everything, and I'm telling you, I have a beautiful rosy glow, my pores look minimized, it looks like I've slept for like 12 hours, and I have really plump skin. So having that Arctic Berry exfoliation and follow with a good stimulation and deep hydration and plumping is phenomenal. And then you gotta do all your finishing pieces. My finishing, I love to continue with that Arctic Berry, and I'll go ahead and use the Arctic Berry, the peptide moisturizer. Beautiful. I just wanted to give you guys also a head up. You really don't need a lot of this moisturizer. It's a bit deceiving because it's very light in texture, but it's very rich when it's in the skin. So start slow, and then you can grow from there. So I'll usually layer this on my skin first. I'll go in for a beautiful eye cream, or I'll add a serum in there and then do my finishing products. But really the hack here is doing that extra exfoliation by really putting in a longer term stimulation with a plumping mask to really plump everything up towards the surface. So in case some of you out there don't have the long time, as I was just mentioning, you may want to think of what we call little flash facials. And personally, when I do them in the mornings. I find that I get up and I just need a little pick-me-up and a little bit of boost in my skin. Maybe didn't sleep as well and I want people to think I slept for a long time. And some really great things to do here is you want to do like a quick exfoliation cleanse. So you can do like a really good buff and polish to really pop up the skin. And then you can also do masks. With Eminence, the masks are amazing because you get a lot of result in a very short period of time. So you can easily do this while you're literally getting up and getting ready in the morning. I'm gonna bring these two up because I think personally, these two together, that's our Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliant and the Mangosteen Daily Resurfacing Cleanser, when you pop these two guys together, you will definitely get a glow, buff, polish, renew skin quite quickly. I would recommend doing this either when you're finished your shower, only because it's the Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliant and it's a powder. So I would not recommend bringing this into the shower with you. But you could, if you want to get another hack and you're trying to put everything together, mix them together, apply them on the skin, do a little bit of a scrub, but just leave it on. Then get into the shower. And then you can use it as a nice steam and a rinse all together. And then when you're out, it'll be perfect. And then you want to make sure you're putting on, of course, your finishing products, your serum or another concentrate, and then a really good moisturizer with an SPF. So here's another great little hack is that you could use a Stonecrop mask, you could do the Raspberry Pore Refining mask, you could even use our 8 Greens mask and add the Dermafoliant right into that, add a little bit of water and create like a scrub and then let the mask stay on the skin. So you can definitely do little quick upgrades that give you that extra polish but extra pop or plumping as I had mentioned before. And literally this would not take you longer than 5 minutes maximum. So even if you want to do it when you brush your teeth. So that's where I would go for your flash mini quick treatments. The key here is not to be afraid. Look at the things that you really want to jumpstart. For me, it was about seasonal change right now. My skin was feeling a bit more dull. I was out of the city for a few days, so I had some plane travel. So I really was looking at that brightening and replumping and refreshing my skin. So that was this week. It might be something completely different next week, but the key here is enjoy the process, slow down, enjoy the time, and if you're doing those things like laundry or having to prep for something, why not pamper yourself in the process? So I really hope that you enjoyed this little skincare routine, and one of my personal hacks that I love to do is that stimulation, an extra mask left on my skin for an extended amount of time. And if you have any of your own, I would love to hear it. Message down below, and I'd love to hear your little personal hacks that you're doing to upgrade your skincare routine. So I'm Natalie with Eminence Organic Skincare for another In the Mix. Fabulous hanging out with you. And if you want to see more of these, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any, and I'll catch you next time.